Hello, everyone. My name is Bill Nazer. Hold on, I can hear myself. Let me turn that off. What I'm going to be talking about today is really based on two books. I have them here. The first one is the Thank You Economy. They're both by the same author, Gary Vaynerchuk. Here's the other one, Crush It. So basically, why I think that these books are important to particularly this community. Um, because like most of you, I think you're all, I'm libertarian. I believe that the good things come from private society, that the government is a detriment to almost everything they touch. So these books sort of, like many of you, I've tried to go the political route, and to me, I've come to the point where politics is forced. So these books are basically how to help businesses create the world that we believe in, or at least that I know I believe in. I know George and a lot of you guys believe in and agree with me. So that's why I thought this was important. And about 2 days ago, I messaged George, and he said I could do a quick talk. So this idea, because I just got this book, so I thought it would be important to talk about it to you guys. Now, the author sort of embodies to me the perfect entrepreneur. He wants to treat a customer almost like if they're family. So this is, to me, just creating the society that we envision as libertarians. So, and I think one other point is it's just as important it is to decentralize government power. It's just as important to decentralize business. I work for a large corporation, and I see the mistakes, every day that they make, and a lot of these books that I've come down the path through sort of the political readings more towards the business side really opened my eyes to the fact that just the way the government has trended towards centralization, business has. And the same way that government, our government gets more tyrannical, that other governments follow that example, it happens in the business world. So I think today you're seeing a de-evolution of that. You're seeing like Google, Apple, those are probably the big examples, but there's a lot of small, really innovative, decentralized companies that are using these ideas. So I think we're at a point where, as the government is undermining the economy and doing negative things, business is evolving to sort of fill that gap, sort of like the yin and the yang, I think. So the next thing I wanted to talk about, hold on one second, was basically what this is about. So basically his idea is that social media, which I know we have 60% in the US are using it, is going to revolutionize business. So you're going to have to create personal, authentic relationships with your customers, and if you don't do that, you're going to be left behind. So you can just look today at companies that didn't innovate, like Amazon with Borders going bankrupt or something like that. But companies are sort of using Facebook and Twitter, or the traditional companies, as sort of a billboard. They're not communicating with their customers. They're not keeping a conversation going, building a relationship. So his argument is this is going to have to happen, and he feels like, well, I love people anyway, so this is what I want to happen. And I think that our community would agree with that message, that we want entrepreneurs that do care for their customers and are really looking out for their best interests. And that's what we believe in. We believe in that the entrepreneur is the engine of prosperity. So I think it's just a perfect blend for me politically, personally, my beliefs, my ambitions to be a business owner. So he talks about, which I think that you guys would agree with also, being yourself, giving a shit about your customers, he literally says. One example is a burger place that gave customers a free order of peanuts every time they would check in on Facebook or on Foursquare. So I thought, these are some simple ideas, but if you actually embrace those ideas, if you know of small quality local businesses, or you're a local business that does, you're honest with your customers, let's use some of these ideas, these platforms like Facebook, Twitter, Foursquare, that are free, to really embrace your community and your customers. So, and that's the other beauty of it. It's free. There's really no loss. There's no risk at all. So, how can you do this? And I realized this sort of a few days ago, which is why I asked George to come in if he would let me talk about it. And I appreciate the fact that he did. Um, Basically, I realized when I realized this and I was reading his book, I realized that I'm somewhat surrounded by honest business owners. I have a cousin who's a personal trainer here in New Jersey. I have another cousin who owns an auto repair shop in Georgia, and they both are doing the right things. And then I have a friend who his wife bakes cupcakes and on the side from her job, and she's very good at it. So this whole now it sort of became clear to me that the people that I needed to help with this idea of embracing social media and helping it really caring about your customers, these guys that my family and my own friends were already doing that. So let's use now these tools that are free to really bring customers in and make create a loyal customer base of people who are almost your friends practically. So what else did I want to talk about? So for you guys out there, it could be you could be your own business. It could be people that that do a quality job. They're very honest, hardworking. It could be businesses that you love. It could be the business that you work for if it's a great business. It could be an idea that a business that you're planning on opening and have this as part of your strategy. These are all ways I think that we can use it, and it's really up to you however you want to use it. And when is my last section. Right now, basically in the book he describes that this is going on right now. A lot of people have gone onto Facebook, and we have people communicating, and he feels like this is going to bring business back to the days of local business, which is what I think we sort of agree with, where you actually don't just go to McDonald's because they advertise all the time. You go to the local business because you trust that person and they do an honest job. So I feel like the blend is perfect with what we believe in and what his strategy is. Then the last thing I want to sort of discuss, if you are interested in what I'm talking about, is a few books. There's The Thank You Economy, Crush It by Gary Vaynerchuk. There's Freedom Incorporated, which is another excellent one. Rework, which is another really great book. And the last one is sort of more of a spiritual or sort of one of my problems is procrastination, so the last one is called Fuck It, The Ultimate Spiritual Way, which is really, it's a funny name, but it's a really great book. And also Stephen Molyneux has a video on procrastination because that was one of my issues. So I think that's a useful video. If anyone wants to talk to me about this and get the conversation going, my email is wmazer@gmail. I have a blog at peacefulrevolt.com. I just sort of started posting there, but you can message me there, and you can also add me on Facebook. My name is Billy Masur, M-A-S-U-R. So I'm going to put all this info, and I'll put the video once George posts it on my blog. And if you want to start this conversation, if you have any questions, contact me. But that was pretty much all I had. I'm going to open up the chat room now and see if there's any questions. But if not, then I'm pretty much done. So let me see if there's if you guys have any questions. Someone said that Gary Vaynerchuk said that. Well, yeah, but he's cool. No, you're right. He is a little on the extreme, but I think he's so crazy that he's got the right idea. If that makes any sense, I think the energy is because he realizes what the opportunity, and I see it too. That we're at this point where business is going to have to react in a positive way to communicating with your customers. So George is telling me to go on as long as I like, because we have another 55 minutes. Okay, so maybe I'll just talk about how I came to this realization. Maybe my how I got to this point or whatever. It's been 4 years just reading about Ron Paul sort of opened my eyes. The internet, different websites, Infowars, Lou Rockwell, all these different websites sort of opened my eyes to question things. So I began to do that. I supported Ron Paul in '08, but from then on, I pretty much just had my head in a book. I was reading. I was looking for information, just trying to understand better understand the world. Really for my better of my own family, for myself, for my friends. And then reading about the economic side, that we're sort of we have a lot of problems in the economy. We're headed for more problems. So all this sort of led me to different books. I read history, I read economics, Rothbard, I read the Mises Institute, the typical, I guess, libertarian books and websites. But then it led me into sort of this decentralizing business type of these out-of-the-box, like there's another book I didn't mention before called Poke the Box by Seth Godin. It's a short $7, 70-page book. It's an excellent book. It pretty much tells you that, and it's one problem that I was convincing myself that because I had a lot of ideas for businesses or things to do that was important, but he basically said everybody has good ideas. So your good ideas don't matter. It matters when you physically do them. So I thought that was, it sort of shattered my illusion that I was important because I had good ideas. So that's how I sort of came to these business books. And I think it's just a perfect blend of, we always, I think in the libertarian community, we really are the caring type that he's talking about. We really do care about the future and we're concerned, and we really want to wake people up to what's going on. And I think that the struggle is on the political side, that it's very difficult to change someone's political beliefs.